Level 2. Neuromuscular activation of the hips and shoulder girdle. The primary focuses of Level 2 are remapping the body, the sensory signals and the motor signals. In all my experience, I have never worked with anybody with a truly severed spinal cord. In all the cases, there's always a small area of the spinal cord that is left unaffected by the injury. It is this area that we are looking to remap both the sensory and the motor nervous system signals past the level of injury and down into the body. Shortly after someone has a spinal cord injury, they're giving an ASIA test to basically classify their level of injury as either complete or incomplete, or A, B, C, D, as far as motor and sensory awareness goes. I don't view a complete injury as a sentence for not being able to recover sensory or motor nervous system signals past the level of injury. In many cases, the people that I've worked with are diagnosed as a complete injury, and then they start getting sensory and motor back below the level of injury, and then their diagnosis is changed to incomplete. I believe it's always possible to siphon those nervous system signals, both sensory and motor, down past the level of injury into the torso, into the shoulders, into the hips, into the legs. As we've begun the process of remapping the body as far as sensory awareness goes in Level 1, Level 2 we continue that, although I tend to do it much more aggressively, palpating much harder, faster, many different places, really trying to connect with the client with my eyes and voice, and trying to find out exactly where their sensory is and trying to siphon it down their body as much as I can do with their assistance. Remapping the nervous system motor signals around the level of injury. We use a lot of movement, a lot of rotation at the major structural joints, so the humerus in the shoulder joint or the femur in the hip socket, to really stimulate those areas, to try to draw the signals down into those areas. It's really the torso and the hips that are going to lag behind. And so for me, the primary focus at this juncture is the torso and the hips, and trying to build both sensory and motor nervous system signals in these areas. And we're going to move in a much more three-dimensional way to really show the body and the person how to begin to create movement outside of the confines of a wheelchair.